Let's begin. All right. Last we left off, we had a little scene with Maeve and Alloy, as Alloy felt as though Maeve was the only one they could confide in a little bit for some representation in court, but was directed to Aralina instead. But then we had a little glimpse into the evenings of a couple of the other players, like Matthew, getting an update on the whereabouts of Loretta, and with Mavrin having a little bit of a heart to heart with her aunt back at home and getting informed that her sister has been getting bullied. But the star of the night was Kadani, as she went over to the leader of Talon's abode, Adrian DeLuna, and had a little fun little date that went exceedingly well. But after that, the next day, you guys got all of the details on all of the forensic findings from the case with Britta Falmer and Amali Dujal. Among this was the old pot, examining that it was indeed charred, and the only fingerprints on it were both of the girls, the blood seen being from the two girls as well. Pretty much everything lining up as one would hope. But then you guys went over to Dr. Bridges to get an opinion as it pertained to what Crime had saw with his aura reading at the crime scene, asking them about any subconscious or conscious irregularity that could cause such a crazy shift in mood. And she gave you many different diagnoses, but wasn't ethically able to give you a definitive answer. And after that, you guys did a little bit of a wellness check on Claire, the former maid of Ricky and Mabel Jones. And of course, Alloy had officially joined your party as the city's very new and amateur city liaison. And now we are on the next day, the next morning. It is the 15th of Harvest 3 with Feast Fest around the corner. It is a little bit more of a grayer day than usual. And today we are starting out with Alloy, with your supervisor Jessica Kai, as you guys are sort of just perusing the city center. She goes, "Now, what's on the agenda for you today, sweetie?"
Oh, um, I've mainly been getting into doing a little more of a, I don't know. I'm like changing the feng shui, but like I'm changing it in my head, right?
What is feng shui?
I'm ch- so you know, so like in your house, whenever you're like setting up your things, it's like how the things flow in your house, like how different,
Right.
yeah, like how different things are. I'm changing how the things are in my head recently, and I'm trying a couple of new things. I've been wandering for a long time, and now I have a job. I can't wander.
You do indeed have a job. And
hmm
well, speaking of that, what's the first thing you think you're gonna write?
Um, well, I think we should have a definitive rundown on the Joneses' whole case. We have the entirety of the squad that worked with them. We have now coming into work with us somebody who was also a first-hand person in the case, and we might as well show the people that we care and the people are heard by showing them that, like, hey, not only did they let a little rebellious rascal like me get a job, but they're also hearing the voices of people getting hurt by allowing this worker from this former like case that was like thrown out, like not being hired, not being accepted because of the implications of their estate. It's showing that we care, and we have all the facilities for that. We just need the paper, right?
I think, yeah, I think that the more the second part makes sense, just because, honey, Ricky and Mabel Jones is already old news. That was about 3 cycles ago.
It's
People are
gonna
talking
be
about.
old news. What we need to make sure is that we have the right news. We need to make sure that everything that we explain, we know the details that are up front. We're trying to explain how we got to the conclusions that we did. We're doing like a behind the scenes almost for our, we're explaining the government
I
to,
understand. Would that
we're
be like,
we're doing it to the lay person, being like, hey, you can trust us, look how this was, like, but like you can see how this is, you can see how we care, let's work together on this. And as newer news comes up, we don't want to interject ourselves into the private sector. We don't want to get in the way of the real news.
fine? Absolutely. I think that, yeah, that actually very much makes sense. I mean, I don't know. It's like looking around. I don't know. It's getting kind of scary out here. I think maybe the people want a little bit more on like how the city cares about the critique that they're getting right now. I mean, like,
There
there's
is
been a couple
that.
protests, You've seen the protests. Aren't
I
they getting like,
actually, I forgot. I was going to make an obituary for the victim recently.
well,
Um,
yeah, I don't think the protests are specifically about the cases, though. I think it's just like a commentary on the entire thing. Isn't that what the mayor hired you for that?
there's
And it's like,
also that. Yeah, there's a lot of things that we can actually do. Let's make a list. And then Alloy's gonna get their little parchment out. One other thing is, I think the mental facilities that people are working with in the city,
mhm.
as an outsider, not to say that like city people are maybe a little aggressive, or like maybe a little like quick
Oh,
at
you
it
can think they're
or
aggressive.
anything.
They are.
Well, I'm thinking that the city might need to have a little bit more of an open mind with mental health.
I think there was something that was published recently on the Daily Ignition about like,
It seems like the management of stress is something that's really important, and I'm not seeing a lot of good stress management.
at least yes, absolutely. It's really crazy. I mean, I get a little stressed out too. I work for these people, and I think they're all really good people. But then when I go home and I see my friends, I see my family, and it's kind of their minds have changed so quickly, so drastically over like these protesters. Like all of a sudden, like the most like my mother, for example, loves the mayor, loves him to pieces. But then all of a sudden, she's like questioning his leadership, and it's like very odd. And she's even like questioning whether or not I should work with them. Like, why the fuck? Why wouldn't I? This is the best job I've ever fucking had. I mean, yeah, maybe I've gone running up a couple times for having a spoke, or maybe I've gone a little too far with bringing some gentlemen into the barracks, but that's beside the point. Okay, it's getting crazy. And like, if you think about it, as much as it's a critique to say that nothing much has changed, it's not necessarily a bad thing either.
Mediation is really hard. Um, just keeping things the same takes a lot of work. Uh, and that's all we can really try and do, is make sure that people are trying their best to keep things good and similar. but that doesn't have to be the same. It just means we need to make sure we can recognize what's around us.
Yes, it seems like it's going quite quickly. I've never quite seen this in my entire life. I mean, I'm not that old, but it seems like my history class, I mean, the approval rate has been pretty positive. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just in my head. Are you ready to go to work? I'm gonna drop you all off.
Sure, I've got some ideas. And then they start writing on their little pad.
Lovely. And we will take our eyes away from there and travel to Talon with Kadani. As the sun hits your eyes once more, as you lay in a bed that is not yours once more, you wake up with the smell of something delicious cooking from downstairs. What do you do?
Donnie Donnie takes a moment to wake up, stretch. It's I'm trying to think of words. Hold on. But with the smell of food and how normally early she gets up, she's not really one to lounge around too super long. So she'll swivel right on out of bed, locate where her clothes are, and get dressed before making her way to the kitchen.
As you go downstairs, the smell gets stronger, and you start hearing some sizzling and the clanging of silverware and plates. And you get the vision of Adrian DeLuna with his morning hair, the back of his figure, just wearing some trousers as he turns around with a pan in his hand and a spatula in the other. Good morning. Made you breakfast.
Morning. Oh, morning. Don't let me distract you. And she is going to sit down, prop her head up, and she is very, very obviously checking him out. And specifically focusing on the ass area.
It's nice. It's pretty toned. It's pretty toned. And he gives you a smile and puts an empty plate in front of you and one in front of himself as he turns back around to the stove and grabs another pan. It's pretty hard to do with something as beautiful as you. And he turns back around and he's plating an omelet with like spinach and mushrooms in front of you and a pan sizzling with some bacon as he scoops it on there as well. And puts everything away and sits across from you. So, would you like for me to walk you to work today? I know we haven't really established anything, but what do you think?
I think that would be really sweet.
Perfect.
Thank you. And she is going to reach across the table to take his hand for a little loving squeeze, and is taking a bite of specifically the spinach with her free hand.
Sorry. He smiles at you and starts eating. And he goes, what are you guys working on? Are you still working on the murder-suicide thing that was happening?
Yeah, we've hit a bit of a brick wall. There's something strange happening with it. all of the reports just keep coming back like, oh, it was normal. They were um there was no magical influence, no chemical influence. But even crime is over here going like these people are experiencing emotions he's not familiar with. So I don't know, it's really weird.
Well, shit, he says. Maybe that's why they're. And he stops what he says and takes some water and starts drinking.
What do you mean?
Oh, well. He puts his drink down, seemingly hesitant. So, you know how we had put some forces in front of my parents' house to look out for the sins?
We haven't done
I-
jack and shit yet, though.
Yeah. And so given the state of the city at the moment and our image, I thought it would be best if I called off the guard.
Oh. Dang. I mean, and Donnie looks just absolutely concerned about this thought. But that's your parents' home. What if they go in and they break a lot of things and lay down some traps and everything?
He grabs your hand once more and he goes, "Now see, that's why I was sort of hesitant to tell you. I don't want you to worry about that. I don't feel right wasting enforcers' time. It's been over a month now since, well, I mean, they've been there since before you left for the other case. And it just doesn't seem the best, especially since I'm a leader. And with that, if I'm taking resources to protect what's mine, when I, to the people, have a higher position and better standing, financially especially, seems very hierarchy, which is not my thing, personally."
Well, what if we go in before they're fully called off and gather everything that's important to you to help store here, or maybe there might be an empty room in the city hall or something that we might be able to store them in until, you know, the Sins make a move.
Yes, that's a great idea.
I'm more
We
than
do
happy
have
to help with that.
Thank you so much. But I think I got it. I don't want you to worry about anything other than what you got going on at work. I'll get some guys on it, and besides, and as much as I love my parents, it always felt a little bit daunting being surrounded by their own achievements. Just grab a couple stuff and put it in the vault, but yeah,
I could understand that.
yeah, and that's what I have going on. But I also didn't want you to feel like, you know, you risking yourself with obtaining the floor plans and giving it to him. It just makes me think, why did he want them in the first place? Really, if he wasn't just going to, you know, do something to the house.
Donnie just sits here and she's thinking really hard. You can see that she's thinking so hard, like steam's coming out. But I can't think of any other reason why he would want the floor plans besides breaking and entering. I mean, is there anything Donnie can think of from her history in Tania as to what besides a heist would floor plans be useful for?
You can make a history check for sure.
All right. Yay, an intelligence one. She's so good at these. History is +2. That is 11.
11. So, yes, like with the things that you just mentioned, you do know that infrastructurally speaking, there are some points in cities just in general where there are better accesses to sort of like the ground plan of the entire city. So this usually pertains to like sewer based things. Sort of an underground map can be determined by certain areas in the city.
I'm gonna roll something on my own side here. Okay, cool. All right. Jumper here is like, is Kadani capable of connecting that with the fact that we knew about the underground from The Sims? I mean, a heist, access points, to hideouts, causing infrastructure damage, farming termites. Those are really the only things I can think of as to why they would want the floor plans.
What an idiot, he says. Not you. Oh, never you. You're so smart. I mean, I meant Jekyll.
But what do you mean?
Well, I had mentioned to you and Maven that my parents did have access to the underground situation, but the only person who has that information is me, and they're not gonna get anything out of me.
Oh. So they would possibly have access to your home through the underground, which isn't patrolled by the guard.
The entrance to the underground is under lock and key. That's magic.
Okay.
Family bonds are the only thing that can unlock it. And as far as I know, that's only me.
I mean, that's a pretty good lock, at least. Make it where you can't get down there. That'd be good.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they would have other access points, though. I don't see why they would need the one from your house. Unless yours goes someplace specific.
No, not really. It's a journey for them that I feel like is going to be very dormant. The information about how the city works and its infrastructure and other things are held down tight by the leaders. It would be very difficult for even Jekyll to do anything with it. I mean, maybe that's why there hasn't been any detectable movement with the house. But you know what? A win is a win.
Mm-hmm. I know they have some sort of access to the underground. They were talking about something like that with Tanji and them. Back when we were dealing with the wheat issue or the sugar issue. But I mean, Jekyll does a lot of weird things that don't make sense, honestly.
Yeah. But, how's your family, though? I know you had mentioned that he had threatened them.
I got some receiving letters back. They've been thoroughly warned. Trust me when I say, though, they have dealt with much scarier than a gang from a country far, far away. And she gives a small little rue smile to herself at that. A little bit bitter, and that. But I've informed them they're gonna see what they can also do to assist with Sin stuff. But I'm just kind of tired of them, honestly. And they're threatening my friends' families, the legacy of your family, my family, and everything. I'm tired.
You see his face as he's genuinely listening to you and nodding, and it goes from sympathy to something more aggravated at the mention of like how this is affecting you. Have you ever considered getting a place in the city outside of the barracks?
Kinda. I think the barracks right now are like the safest spot. Because of, enforcers there in the city hall. I mean, he appeared in the courtyard, but that's the courtyard, not, in the barracks with like 50,000 other enforcers. There's less than 50,000. That was an exaggeration. But kind of, sort of. I have to have a place where Rook would be safe, and I just really want to make sure he's safe too.
The courtyards are too close for me, he goes as he pushes away his plate. But we'll figure it out. But until then, I mean it. If he comes close to you or contacts you at all, please contact me.
The enforcers are the first people I will tell. You are the second.
Atta girl. He winks at you. And we will take our eyes from that and go over to the rural lands of Valheim with Matthew. Your legs feel like they're as they're pumping and they're running at a speed. You're really
Am I having
Your
issue
heart is-
hearing you?
Huh?
No, continue. Sorry. I didn't understand the first part.
You're running very fast right now.
Oh.
And your heart is pumping louder and louder. It feels like it's going to escape from your chest as you're struggling to catch your breath, getting scratched by twigs and branches and thorns as you try to fight your way out of this dark forest late at night. You're soaked as the rain is pouring down over you. The sound of thunder and lightning crashing in the atmosphere. You can hear footsteps and the breaking of branches and the rustling of leaves right behind you, and you feel like you can't stop. Until finally you come to a clearing. And as you run and run, you stop yourself short, nearly tumbling over the edge of a cliff. And as you're breathing hard, you're hearing the footsteps get louder, and you look back. The trees are swaying back and forth violently, and you hear a voice coming from there, deep and guttural, saying, "Free me!" And in the throes of your emotion, you cast yourself off of the edge, falling, falling, falling with the roaring seas below. You snap awake. And you sit yourself up in bed very rapidly. Your fleshy arm touching the surface beneath you. And as you are trying to catch your breath and your eyes are wide, you feel a wet substance on your fleshy hand as you're touching your bed.
Did my dog fucking spit on my bed or like drooled on my bed? He's trying to catch his breath and he's kind of observing what is that, right?
So you pull the covers off of you and you see a knocked out Damien, his drool on your hand.
He'll take a deep breath, just trying to compose himself as he... I'm making sure he doesn't wake up Damien. Just looks at him a little bit, kind of play with the ruffle of his hair and so forth.
You see him just rustle, but he doesn't wake up.
He'll gallop, make sure that replacing the sheets, the bed sheet over Damien so that he's well covered and everything. Before my two start to dress up a little bit more, do his routine. And yeah, and do his routine. Standing next to the bed, seeing just how peacefully Damien sleep, if at all.
He does. His tiny little chest rising and falling very steadily. Would anyone else like to do something before they head to work? Go ahead. What would you like to do?
Would Elandrin have left for school already? Or would I have a chance to chat with her?
You all, as a family, sort of get ready. It's a little hectic in the morning. She's there with you before you leave for work.
Okay. Maybe we'll go up to her and she'll do a deep bow. Princess Elandrin, I was wondering if I could have a word with you before you run off.
Why, of course, my noble citizen.
So, I've noticed lately that you've been a little more reserved than usual, perhaps. And I'm wondering if there's anything going on that you'd like to talk about.
No. Quite alright.
Can I do a little inside check?
Sure.
Okay. I mean, I know the answer, but... yeah. There we go.
Why are you shouldn't it?
No, I don't know. But I think I know. Do I have a bonus insight? No, okay. 15.
When she answers you, she's doing her hair for school, and she was looking at you, still trying to do a braid on herself, and when she answered you, she looks back at the mirror and keeps going. So she averted her gaze.
Okay. Elandrin, I've known you since before you were even born. So I think I know you quite well at this point. Perhaps well enough to know
That's
when
how
your wedding's-
older sisters work,
Yes.
she says.
Yes. I know that...
Very old. And she gives you a cheeky little smile.
Thank you, Elandrin. Glad to see you still have a sense of humour. Look, I know us Denlayan women don't always talk about our feelings and such, but it can be helpful. And I want you to know you can talk to me.
She finishes up her hair. She goes, "Well, I'm a girl. I'm not a woman yet. Don't watch me." She goes to get her backpack.
Alandrin, stop. Alright, you know what I'm saying. And I know you're avoiding talking about something. And I won't force you to talk about it. But I think you should.
And she looks at you up and down, like, not in a shady way, but like hesitant. Like she's unsure. She goes, "Everything's fine." And she walks past you.
I love you.
No response back.
I'll go to work.
Okay. So, you all get in to work. To work, like I had said. Oh, wait. Sorry. I gotta go back to Valheim. Someone forgot. So, Matthew,
I got
you're
jumped
able to
from the
get-
moment.
you got you got Damien up and Adam, and you guys have already finished breakfast as Sarash is sharpening some of his own blades at the table, and Damien just watching, writing something down, probably finishing up some of his homeschool work.
How have things been at home? As he approached Damien.
Huh?
How have things been at home?
Why are you so quiet? And he puts out like some.
Am I quiet?
He's saying that to you.
Yeah. I'm right next to you, Damien.
Right. What was your question?
How are you feeling?
Feeling fine. Feeling great, actually. Today, we are gonna do more takedowns.
Enjoying training so far?
Yes. Feel like I know exactly what to do to protect Loretta.
That's good. She'll definitely need someone to watch your back in the future, I have no doubt.
Oh, yes. When she comes back, oh, I'm gonna show her so many things.
I believe she should be returning soon too.
Really?
In the coming cycle, I believe.
I need to hurry up. He goes, and he's just like writing even faster. Why do you ask?
I simply wish to know a little bit more about you. That's all. A little
Huh.
bit of an upkeep, making sure you're well, happy, and so forth.
That's weird.
It is a little bit weird.
You ask me how I'm feeling. I'm feeling fine. Not the important stuff. Like, what's my favorite color? What type of snot do I prefer? What bugs do I collect and put under your bed? He sort of like stops himself at that last one.
Ignoring the last one a little bit, you didn't ever tell me your birthday. Your mother,
Huh?
I believe, failed to tell me the information as well.
you see Sarash as he was minding his own business, speaks up and says, one second. Oh, help. There we go. I'll go crazy. The 23rd of Harvest Fall, he says.
Of Hellusfall, you said?
Harvest.
Harvest.
Yeah! That's when it is.
Well, that's good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Well, beside, I take it you do have a favorite color, but
And yours is the 13th of Frigis too. It's on the calendar.
it is. Certainly is.
Elandrin's is the 17th of Frigis 3. Sarash's is Valen 1.
Do you recall your mother?
Mommy's birthday. Mommy's birthday is the 4th of Frigis 1.
It is. Wait.
What, do you not know that?
No, I know. Actually, I think he's wrong. No? He is wrong.
Girl, did you think I remembered her birthday? No. No. I didn't put it on the calendar because it's not my NPC.
I got them. You're off by a few days. It's the 12th of Frigis 2nd.
That's what I said.
That's not.
Yes, it is. Sarash. And Sarash goes, "That is what you said, Damien."
You said the 4th. Anyhow.
Well, don't choke. You know it's hard keeping information.
It's our drinking at time. Anyhow. How about we do something after work tonight? If there's any activity you'd like to do.
Catching fireflies. They're
We
almost
certainly-
gone.
We can certainly do so.
Sarash chuckles a bit.
Then it's the first thing we'll do when dawn will arrive. Dawn? Is it dawn? Evening? Yeah, evening.
We have to go by the creek. That's a mile out there. That's when they show up.
You'll have to show me. In that case.
I'll be the leader. Don't you have work?
I do. I can reach it pretty fast. There's no issue. Anyway,
What color? Brown. He goes.
brown. Is that why
Mhm.
you're always so muddy? After playing outside.
Is that a joke?
An attempt at it.
Good.
Anyhow, I'll get to work.
Love you.
Love you as well.
Have a good
And don't be so rough on the other student, will you?
I'm not. I never am. And Sarash gives you a wink and Mouths, I'll make sure he's okay.
And he will awkwardly go out of the home. As he'll just pet Ophelia a little bit before leaving.
Bork! Go.
Nice.
That's the only characterization I'm ever gonna give any animal ever. Okay,
Hmm.
so now we are at the city hall.
I do want to state real quick on the way from Talon, Donnie did pull Adrian into just a quick pit stop just to check on Melinda and her mom, and then also ask if Melinda's mom might be interested in applying at City Hall.
Mm. She would have taken you up on that suggestion.
Because Donnie's gonna write whenever she gets to work. Gonna take some time to write in some recommendation letters. Much more of a glowing one for Melinda's mom because she knows her, despite the fact that I do not know Melinda's mom's name. I just keep calling her that. I may ask if you could give me some mercy and tell me what the mom's name is.
Isla.
Isla, yes, all right. So she's gonna write a recommendation letter for Isla, and she's also gonna write one for Clara as well. Though with Clara, her recommendation letter is gonna look more like this is a surviving friend of a case that we worked. We would like possibly keeping her close by City Hall, for just continuous checks for mental health. She's been a very good worker for what we were able to see on the crime scene, and things like that. Though obviously more eloquent than what I am saying right now. But I'm gonna give one more of a glowing one for Melinda's for Isla
Absolutely.
because she knows Isla very well.
Sure. Can y'all give me 3 minutes? I'll be right back.
Don't forget to add your 30 gold, y'all.
You're
Your payday.
I doubt I'm making as much as you guys.
Mayhaps.
probably
Excuse you.
I might be trying to too.
I need to be so excited when I say this. There is a small chance, if you allow, Matthew, please. And then I get on my hands and my knees and I beg, invite Alloy to Firefly Catch.
He's not inviting anyone to his house.
Not even Maeve and Elandrin?
Well, no, maybe in England they can. I guess
Wow.
that's such a lie because I guess the Maven, Elendrin, and Kadani are the only one who kind of can go to.
Can
his
I get
home.
my pitch?
So real quick here, Meg. That means if we're invited to the home, we'll find out that Loretta's not there.
Invite us over! I'm gonna mention that Elandrin's
No, I
having
need
such a
to.
hard time
They
and
can
she
have their
needs
own
this.
idea. You got yourself implicated in that bullshit. I want to give you my pitch, okay?
No, it's okay.
Invite
Bungie
us
doesn't
over.
invite. No,
You-
okay.
Oh my
If
God. No,
if
you
you
can't.
invite people, it's because there's a trade-off. Okay, Maven
There's
and
such a
Elendrin is
trade-off.
because
You
his
need to
kid
hear the
likes
pitch.
them.
Exactly.
Kadani-
To hear the
And
pitch.
Kadani because she's would have, I guess, been in touch with
You're not even seeing what I'm
with
seeing.
Loretta?
Loretta, yeah. I'm
Wow.
having a blank.
Brother of the year and father of the year.
I know, right? He's such a good human.
Oh. Well, I think
What I'm hearing
Damien
is a
would
lot
love
of
to play with
denial.
Elandrin, and Elandrin really needs this right now. So I think you should invite them over
I'm
so that I can
thinking
find
you're
out that
playing with
Loretta's
a
missing.
swarm keeper ranger that has fireflies that play in their hair.
Nah,
I
Not
I
inviting
think
you.
you're playing with someone that can make your child fly.
My son can probably already fly.
probably.
Probably.
Jesus,
he's kind of
Shay.
wild.
He cannot
Super
fly.
I'm sorry. I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to.
So funny.
My camera
My
like
bad.
Cannot
glitched
fly.
out. So it's like, I need to
Nowhere.
fix my camera.
No, it's okay.
My
It's
bad
okay.
for
sorry.
offering a fun experience
No.
with your child.
It's never
No.
gonna happen.
What?
He's trying to convince me to have Matthew invite Aloy to his home.
Maybe.
Hell no! Hell no!
Listen, we kind of forced ourselves into his home the first time we ever visited, and
And
then
that
we
went
held,
well.
and we went. It went very well because we had a food fight immediately in his kitchen.
Dude.
I totally forgot about that. Oh my god, you're so right.
Yep.
Like,
The
I'm
second
telling you,
time
I
was
probably
less
already
fun.
met them at Happy Harpies. Like, they probably already fucking know me.
No, they don't. Nah.
Okay. So we continue. You guys get to the city hall. Kadani, Adrian, as you guys get to the top of the steps, he turns to you and he goes, and he takes both of your hands in his. He goes, I would be honored to show you off if you would like that.
I would be as well. And she is going to get on her tiptoes and give him a kiss on the cheek.
He looks still a little shocked, even though you guys have done way more than that. But he takes you by the waist and pulls you in and just full on starts kissing you. And it's in this moment that Maeve and Matthew, from your separate directions, you're approaching and see this. As he pulls away, he goes, I hope you have a wonderful day, Kadani.
You too. Bye. And as he walks away, Kadani's gonna do a little excited twirl. As soon as his eyes are not on her. And is gonna head to wherever they normally head off in the morning. Cafeteria. I think it is usually where work TV.
Yes, and Alloy is already in the cafeteria with their supervisor, Jessica Kai, as they continue talking. And Matthew and Maven, you guys are walking in together.
Was intense.
A little bit of interesting development.
Good for her.
She probably deserves it.
She does. Matthew, while I have you here, I had a question for you.
Certainly.
You'd mentioned a while back a theory relating to our cases about, I don't know, connection with the lunar archetypes and cycles.
It was a theory, but I don't believe it holds up much.
Okay.
I could dig more into it, but at first I believe that the shifting of the moon were the case. I believe had happened during the same cycle of the moon, but I believe that it is not the case considering the last two events.
Okay. So you believe in lunar archetypes then?
I'm on the more superstitious side, yes.
What's your archetype?
I can let you have a guess.
Blue moon?
I have to check, I don't remember. At the top of my head. Where's the pin? Which one do you say?
Glow moon.
No.
What is it then?
Let me check it out, because I don't have it written on the page I thought it was.
Boo.
I'm on a fading moon.
Interesting. I could see that.
Do you believe in such belief?
Not particularly, but you know, I am half elf, so it is part of the culture. But so that when would that make your birthday?
In a few months.
Bridges?
In Frigus, yes.
interesting. Just curious. Sorry. She'll walking and talking, obviously.
If you really want to know, I was born in 1537 on the 13th of Frigus.
You are old. And she'll walk in the cafeteria.
I am.
Sorry. Realize you made your birthday Friday.
He's that old man.
Mhm.
Hey, can I ask my?
Also, you
And
said
yet-
it was the 13th of Frigus 1, correct?
Where-
Just
Second.
putting that in the notes. The
Second.
second. So the 13th of Frigus 2nd.
Where's the
What was the year again?
ping for this
1537.
chart?
Damn.
For the lunar archetype?
Yeah, because I honestly am not gonna lie. Don't really know the exact date Alloy was born.
Well, that's
So-
fine. If you scroll up a bit, there should be a
Yeah,
thing about lunar. If
I
you
know.
type in lunar archetype, then you should.
I
I know.
forget how to key search in this one.
You
Or
go to
bar.
the search bar.
Loon.
Today
Sorry,
is
my keyboard is
the
bad.
15th of Harvest 3.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah,
Ooh,
as
we
you
are actually
guys-
really close to Feast Fest. All right.
Like days
This
away.
is so-
Also, really close to Tiefling Gratitude Day. Yeah. Um,
trust and believe. Uh, so I'm so excited for that. So you guys head in, and you do see a very hurriedly and worried Bo start rushing down the stairs. He goes, "Okay, good. You guys are here. Is the rest of your squad here? Do you know?"
I don't see Drench anywhere. Why?
or Tanji.
Haven't
Mhm.
seen him for a while.
Immediately, Alloy pipes her little head up, and it's like, I can't count.
Well, you're in the cafeteria, but they're in the lobby. So
I thought you said they ran into the cafeteria. That's my bad.
we had a little bit of a discovery regarding your guys' case last night. So if you guys could round up and meet me in the interrogation rooms as soon as possible.
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Certainly.
Okay, he heads down there. You guys can follow him, it's fine. So, he says, last night, one of our doctors who specialize in autopsy, let me get my thoughts together. Then he goes, Dr. Eva Drews, a goblin woman, you may have seen her around here, was closing up last night, and she found a ripped up autopsy report that was supposedly filled out by Dr. Broadcast. I'm sure you guys are familiar with him. He gave you the report. The thing about that is it is against policy to rip up any sort of reports, even if there is a mistake, just for the record. And so that might be something. Right now, Dr. Broadcast is in interrogations with crime, and he had consented to Zone of Truth as an extra precaution. And he's like rushing it. He's not booking it, but he's fast walking. He's fast walking, leading you guys there. And you guys turn a corner and get to an interrogation room, and you see a little bit of an elderly goblin woman with like very pale bluish skin with some like patches of green. She's wearing a white lab coat, and she turns to you all, and Bo goes, Squadron Wyvern, this is Dr. Eva Drews. She is the one who made the discovery last night. And Eva Drews gives you all a nod and says, hello. Nice to meet you all. I understand this is your case.
Yes,
It is, yes.
indeed.
Well, yes. last night, I'm supposing I'm supposed to give you an explanation. I was closing up, and while I had dropped something on the floor, and as I was searching through the trash to retrieve it, I had saw ripped up reports. Now, it had mentioned something when I had put the pieces back together, that there was something missing from the bodies of Brighel Falmer and Amali Dojal. When I had compared it to the original file, or the modified file that was given as a report, there was no mention of anything missing. What was missing was scratched out. When I had went to the operating room to investigate it myself, the bodies had already been discharged.
Do you still
Where were
have
they discharged? Oh, sorry.
No, please, Danny, go ahead.
According to the file, Miss Brighel Falmer was cremated as she has no next of kin. She was an orphan. As for Amali Dojal, she was given to her next of kin for burial and funeral rites.
And this report, where is it now?
The report is in evidence, but I can get it for you, no problem.
Thank you, and be very careful as you do.
Belle, where's the doctor?
And you see Bo point to the window, and you see the half-owl man, Dr. Broadcast, as he is sitting back pretty casually and looking up at a crime, Sergeant Crime, as he is leaning over the table, sort of menacingly. And Bo sort of turns up a crank on the side of the wall, and you start to hear their voices. As you hear Crime go, "So, let me get this straight. A renowned autopsy reporter, in all of his years and all of his training, all of his experience, just so happens to, one night out of the blue, in either a case of idiocy, embarrassment, throw away an autopsy report for an ongoing case. How does that happen?" And Dr. Broadcast rolls his shoulders back and gives a little bit of a curt nod to the slight insult. "Well, you see, you wouldn't be completely wrong in saying it was a fit of shame rather than idiocy. I remember being so exhausted that night. Everyone was getting over their sickness, and because I was coming down from it a little bit as well. And I was writing the report as the bodies were in front of me, and I had created an error, a mishap, a misspelling, and so in my fit of frustration, I crossed it out, and you see him sort of sink down in his chair. Yes, given my experience, it's something that is shameful and inexcusable. And so I tore it up in my tiredness and frustration, and I threw it in the trash." And you see Crime. You can't see his face, but you see his wings just like flare out just a little bit. Just the slightest twitch. As he goes, "So you do understand the brevity of the situation?" And Dr. Broadcast goes, "Yes, I do, and I'm fully willing to accept the consequences of it." And Crime just grabs his cup of coffee that was on the table and heads out and meets you guys. Well, he's telling the truth.
That's it then?
Crime, have you looked in the autopsy room yet? For like
I
the auras and everything?
I have not personally, no. But I can do that.
I think that might be a good idea. Because it's very odd that even. I believe that he was telling the truth, but I think it's odd that this happened in the first place. And I think there's something that we're not seeing.
If you could investigate if there was a slight shift in his aura or the like while the autopsy were going on, that could be a good insight.
Because a misspelling is one thing, but to admit what would. But usually you would mark it out and then respell it correctly, not omit it from the entire report.
Evadru speaks up and goes, I agree. I've messed up plenty of times, but as our policy says, that we have to include it anyways. And if the mess up is that distinct, we just write up a new one. But I also wouldn't put it past him that his pride got in his way. I had asked him what he was trying to write, and he had simply said that he had thought that something was missing, but simply was tired and misobserved.
Is it... Mia, to my knowledge, is there anything that could be done to alter someone's memory of an event?
You can make a history or arcana check if you like.
Okay. Neither is gonna be great. Oh. Yeah. That's a 4 for history.
To your knowledge, you're not very in depth with memory, but maybe with your little bit of life experience, you are familiar with, modifying your own truth for your own sanity.
Okay.
But that's pretty much it, but no magical means that you're aware of.
Okay. I know he's telling the truth, but is it possible that somehow his memories were altered? What he believes what he's saying, but that doesn't mean it's the actual truth.
Crime goes, yeah, it's called mental illness.
Right. Well. Fuck. I don't know.
No, like some like a third party modified their memory or something.
Perhaps.
Evadru's goes, this part of the medical unit is pretty locked down. I mean, even I sometimes have trouble getting in and out.
Then perhaps someone from the medical unit did it.
Or someone in communication outside.
Anybody skilled enough can get anywhere.
I think we need to see that report.
Was there
I'm
any
not-
investigation within the room itself to see if there was any entering or anything that was there that wasn't supposed to be?
Well, when I was closing last night, everything seemed pretty in place. I'm there every single day. I would have noticed. And she says that not defensively. I'll get that report for you guys. You actually can just meet me there if you're going to investigate it. And she walks off.
Is there any way that we could put a pause on Amelie's funeral?
Molly?
Mhm.
I'm not sure. You would have to contact her next of kin. Visit their home. Try to ask if they would be willing to reobserve her. But that might be touchy.
It might be a big ask, but it could help us greatly into the finding the actual reason of who has done this, the case itself.
I mean, Britigals would have been preferable, but considering she was the instigator, but seeing as she is already cremated, it would have been. It's impossible, but since the report stated that both her and Amali were missing something, it might give us a lead.
Who
If
signed off on the bodies being released?
Oh, you're asking me this, or
I mean, anyone, if anyone knows.
I don't know.
Bo goes, the signing off of the bodies is from the doctor who observed them.
Right.
Which would have been Dr. Broadcast. Krang, you said that you would go and look into there to see if that the shift in emotions. And she looks to Bo. I know that she stated that she outright asked what was omitted, and Dr. Broadcast kind of refused to say. She said that it was an embarrassing mistake, but never outright said what was omitted.
You're asking Bo that? Well, as Eva Drews had mentioned, she had asked him personally with Zone of Truth, and he did mention that the body part that probably was missing was a liver of some sort. But he had misobserved.
Missing a liver. Okay, so then we may not need to. Well, I mean, hold on, I'm doing a thing. Don't we need a liver to live? And she looks to everybody, completely, utterly confused.
Oh,
Like that's not
yes.
something we can get rid of or donate, right? And
No.
still be alive.
I'm thinking you need that.
I do believe that you do indeed, at least for proper functioning of the overall body.
And isn't that in charge of all the endocrine system? Isn't that what it's called?
Oh, what's
I'm
this?
trying to remember from the science lessons.
Oh, I
The
failed science.
The
endocrine.
liver responsible for filtering. Oh, Crime says.
Oh, like, I just want to clarify for my brain. They're saying their entire liver was gone. Or they're saying they couldn't identify what they could think was a liver.
That.
Because, like, the liver can regrow. Like, you can cut off part of a liver and live off with some of a liver, and some of your liver could regrow. So, if someone harvested some organs and left them to be, like, kind of made... I don't know. Not to say that I know anything about it.
Was that in character?
No, that
Oh,
was
okay.
just, like, out of character in general,
Yeah.
from my knowledge about the liver and health in
Yeah.
general. Not from Grey's Anatomy. Not from weird things.
An alloy is there, by the way. I just want to let you know.
Oh
Oh.
boy. I love liver.
What? Anyways,
I think then we definitely should put a pause on Amelie's funeral to confirm that the liver issue.
when was the Zone of Truth put on Dr. Broadcast? Looking at
10 minutes
Crime
ago.
Bell. 10 minutes ago?
Yes.
Damn. Okay. Then it's probably running up. Alright. Should we meet Dr. Eva Drews.
Probably the wisest option at the moment.
Right on.
Right. Well, now that I got you guys out, this is Bo. Now that I've got you guys, situated, I gotta go back upstairs. But good luck, he says as he starts jogging away.
Thanks.
Donnie is looking through her science notes that she keeps like in a little, because she has her little notebook and like her notes are all a mismatch of everything. She's looking through her little science notes and is trying to remember what is in the endocrine system. But then she finds, okay, liver's part of the digestive system.
Yes, indeed. So you guys head over to autopsy. You guys been here twice before for both cases. And you see an Eva Drews as she is flipping through like a vanilla envelope paper, like a folder, I mean. And she looks up at you guys briefly. She goes, "Hello, here it is," she says as she puts it down gingerly on a table very close by. And Crime just walks past you all and goes straight to the operating room, not saying a word. And she goes, "So this is the report that I found in the files when I had discovered the ripped up piece of paper. And here is the ripped up report that I did my best in repairing." And she presents it to you all. And in reading it, they ripped up as much as you can with it being crinkled and some of the ink being sort of smudged in some of the placemats. You do indeed see that, you know, who's the doctor observer, Dr. Broadcast, and you know, the body, the sex, the race, and then different sections of the conditions of
Mia, you're cutting out a little bit, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Oh, no, you're good now.
Very underwater. a bit.
hello.
Oh, there you
We
go.
can hear you now. It sounded like a moment, like for a moment, you were far away from your microphone.
Yeah. Every
A little
once in
bit,
a
I
while,
think.
when you go back and forth, it starts adjusting for you when you're back here. And it just forgets to continue adjusting when you move closer. So it gets confused. But whenever you like reload it or update it of any way, it works good. You look
Okay.
pretty.
As she always does.
Oh, thank you. What? Oh, right. Okay. So what I was saying was the paper has like different sections about any noteworthy conditions or damages that may have been done to different body parts of the body. Hello, Dawson. And you get to the general report, which is on the back of the second page of the report. And you know, by the way, all the conditions of the inner organs were all normal, with obviously the exception of the cranium and the brain and the jaw, where they had both been bashed. It says something along the lines of there was no signs of a struggle in either body. There were no observations of any like damage to the internal organs. What is peculiar is that both bodies seem to be missing tissue of the, and then a bunch of scribbles after that. Not like scribbles, but like, you know, somebody went like that with the pen.
Could Alloy just check what Crime's doing while they converse?
Yes.
Just this happened.
Yeah. You go through the double doors that sort of swing open and closed as you see 3 large, like metal, very medical looking tables and a bunch of different doors on, or like drawers on the wall that are very large. And you see him sort of pacing around each one of the tables and looking over at the drawers. And you see his eyes flash green every once in a while, but he doesn't acknowledge your presence.
I'm gonna make myself known, and just go, excuse me? Crime?
He says,
I wanted to ask a question now that we're co-workers. May I?
yeah.
Thank you. Most importantly, I hear you've got like some interesting observational skills. And I wanted to know what color I was.
And he looks you up and down very briefly before returning back to the environment. Light lavender.
Good. Thank you. Second,
Was that your
question.
$1 million?
Actually, now that the ice is broken, actually, now that you mention it, I wanted to know, can you just tell me like a little bit about your wife's work?
You see his eyes snap at you. The biggest side eye that you've ever seen in your entire life.
What was that?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Do you have questions about your job?
No. I had a more personal question.
Roll a persuasion check.
Uh-oh. I didn't expect to get this far. Okay, well, good. Okay, well, how
Can he do it with
bad
advantage? Yeah,
could we?
Can,
Could I do it?
Yeah, can they do it with advantage because Crime gets to talk about his wife?
No.
I don't think
Damn
he
it.
wants to talk
Damn it.
about his
Oh,
wife.
I would
Okay,
not
well,
give him
I'm not
advantage.
gonna lie.
Such a
I'm not gonna
wife
lie. I
guy.
don't know
Why
how
would
much
he not
better
want
I
to
could
talk
do,
about
but
his
it might not
wonderful,
be enough.
amazing wife?
Because he probably is. He's so
Persuasion.
Possessive,
private.
you know?
He's
Yeah.
so,
Plus one.
yeah, exactly. So territorial about it.
How about
How lame would it be if Crime did not want to talk about his wife to every passerby? Like what? Like
He doesn't
Yeah,
talk to
how-
anyone.
how
it's
about a
because he has
dirty
no
20?
friends. It's because of his own personality. But
A dirty 20.
I got a dirty 20. I don't think advantage would have just made it worse. Probably. I got a 19. I'm very happy with that. And Alex just gonna be like, I mean, like, you know, my mom was a heartbeat.
What about it? He says.
She had to leave because she couldn't fulfill her duty. And as someone who's a little more achieved, I wanted to know what that might be that my mom couldn't attain.
Are you trying to say my wife is your mother?
What? No. Aren't you supposed to be good at deducing things? Get on the right page, Crime. What I'm trying to say is that your wife is a very well-achieved woman, and I'm really impressed with her work. And I know that they've meant a lot to a lot of people, from what I can tell. And a long time ago, my mother couldn't live up to what her people wanted necessarily, and they had to leave. And I just wanted to know, my mom never really talked about what it was she wasn't good at, because I only ever focused on what she was good at.
If you're asking about my wife's tribe in the lands
Yes.
of Pearl, she's a part of a warrior clan that's existed for hundreds of years. They're very strict, they're very disciplined. Their sole goal for their entire lives is to serve the world. See people cast out the darkness. He says in huge quotes. If you have anything that's missing line with that.
Thanks for that. They're gonna write that down. They're gonna put it in a little parchment thing. Thank you for being a little bit easier on this guy. I think this bird might have been a little unstable.
He like sighs and walks out of the room.
And then whatever deducing has happened with them back at the other group probably by now. Because I don't think there's anything I want to do in this room. I don't want to tamper with anything.
Just your thing.
I follow Crime immediately.
While that was happening, what were you guys thinking about the reports that you saw?
There was the section that he crossed out pertaining to the liver being missing.
That's what he said.
Why?
How was real quick here, Mia? How was it scribbled out again?
Like, you know, if you just do that to the word.
Is Donnie is going to take the paper and she's going to hold it up to the light to see if she can see what the writing looks like underneath the scribbles.
Sure thing. When you do that, it seems like it was so soaked through the paper because it's ink. And so it just seems like a stain.
She's going to hand it to Matthew for him to take a look at. Hey, Trench.
He'll try to take a look at it a little bit, but what tool can your team using or department using to investigate the internal organ of an individual? I think it's a rather big mistake to miss such an organ. The
Well,
liver got big.
specifically said the tissue of an organ. And that could be a small section, that could be some sort of dent, scrape of some sort. That would indicate internal damage. But possibly he might have misobserved that, and that's what he was trying to tell me and what he told Crime.
Was it understood whether it was from an outside incision, an operational pass, or something akin?
We make incisions from collarbone to the center of the chest and downward. And so it would be a little unlikely for the tool that we use, and they go over to a wall and take like a little bit bigger than a scalpula. This tool to make any sort of um noticeable damage to the internal organs, as it's only really meant to rip through the epidermis and layers of fat. And given that these ladies were pretty thin, it's unlikely that he had to put much pressure into the incisions.
What I mean or meant was that from the observation of the outside, was there any sign from what you recall or that he recalled? Was there an outside incision that would lead to the organ prior to your own autopsy?
Are you asking if there were any scars?
Any scar, any of the past, anything the like?
Well, according to the outside report of the epidermis, as she points to the reports on both of them, there were some minor scars of injuries that may have happened to them in their earlier years. Faded scars that were able to date back, but none that are recent enough to had sustained damage in the internal organs.
Branch, you might have more insight, but when it comes to healing magic, does it tend to leave scar when closing wounds?
It generally depends on how great the wound is. If it's a minor injury, then generally no, but the heavier the...
And then Alloy
Heavier it
puts
is.
their hand against her. That wasn't it. Sorry.
What?
You can continue. That's my bad. I didn't mean to interject. I think you were about to say what I was gonna.
Right, it is yeah, that is basically it. There's if a limb gets cut off, healing magic can restore it, but that's powerful magic. And
The only reason I meant to interject there. That's my apology. It could be an exception with minor healing magic that happens repetitively. If there were to be something like a transfusion that happened regularly, even though it's little, it might still leave a mark after a couple of times, even though it is something faint and small. That might not be fully relevant, but it is a healing fact.
I see.
I mean, is it possible this is... I hate to say it's nothing. That Dr. Brown
I would
cast
deduce. I would deduce that working with him for all my years, he does have a little bit of a snippy and, pardon my language, a dick attitude when he's not around authority. And he's very, very prideful in his work. So I honestly wouldn't put it past him if he had thrown it away against policy.
But I'm sorry if I read this wrong, but in both cases, both bodies had the same issue, or mention of the same missing part, is what you're saying?
Yes.
How common could that be?
Well, since they were both killed in a similar fashion, I guess for this case in particular, it would make sense for other cases where, like, two parties are involved. It just depends on the situation. No two cases are the same.
Do you know what the process is for exhuming a body?
Well, you would have to contact the next of kin if you want the bodies to be re-observed by someone else, like me, for example. Then you would simply have to transport the body ethically back here. I can re-observe and get back to you with any findings, but that is after the consent of the next of kin.
Do we have to do that, or do we have a team for that?
I don't know. And this is roundabout when crime comes back in. There is a team that you're able to send over. However, if you want any chance of actually convincing the next of kin, it would be good to have the people who actually are working on the case and know more about the situation, and not just a bunch of suited up men asking for the body of a young girl.
Fair.
I did not find anything out of the ordinary, he says. There all are a lot of different auras. All of them correlate with the employees that work here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Besides the death, he says, as he begins to walk out of the autopsy area.
Did you sense embarrassment on any of the auras?
Oh yeah, lots of it.
Okay.
Kitani, you might be the best of us to convey the information and the request to the next of kin regarding this situation and returning the body.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be possible?
Yes, I just need to know who Amelie's next of kin is, who received the body. And I would like to know for Maybelle Jones on getting in contact with her next of kin and how the body was sent to her, I believe her father,
Yes.
to redo the autopsy. My only concern is how to word it to the next of kin without outright stating the city hall fucked up.
Perhaps a new lead.
A new lead. I would suggest that you play on the factor that finding the truth would be a play regarding the probable cause, the actual cause of it.
While
As
we're
much as it would be to play on the emotion of the next of kin, that might be your best in for it.
And while we're making the rounds, I know, Kadana, you'd mentioned wanting to check on Yevu Nosta, the one who had reported our most recent missing persons case.
We need to inform him of the passing, unfortunately, yes.
So, I think he said he lives across the street from his job at Millie Bob Riverside. Right. Where should we start?
I believe.
Alloy,
Alloy.
Alloy wants to
Oh.
raise their hand.
Alloy?
I think that whichever one that we do is going to be really important. But we should make sure that either way, we're already going to be either bringing a body or bad news. And we should really plan to bring something else if we can.
I
Think about it. Think about being on their end here. We're going to show up there. We're government workers. It's a random day. It's going to be... It's not going to be necessarily an inherently pleasant thing. And considering what we're bearing, I think we should be serious and bring something that might help. That doesn't mean like bribe our citizens or flaunt or whatever or do whatever, but just
Flowers.
show we care.
flowers, possibly. I think would be a good idea.
I can make lots of pretty arrangements.
Mhm. For the sake of time, I do think we need to speak with Amelie's Netsukin first, before the funeral happens. And we're probably gonna be having the team transport her body back here, for the autopsy. I think with breaking the news to our informant is probably gonna take the longer time. But I wouldn't know until it actually happens, but he's considering his feelings towards Britical. It's going to be heart-wrenching.
It seems more urgent. I wouldn't want them to keep their mind running.
Mhm.
Well, did
Personally,
you?
oh, go ahead.
Go.
Personally, I just vote for going to Amelie's first, just so that way we can not interrupt their plans for a funeral as much as we possibly can.
I'd agree.
Mhm. If possible, I might have some inquiries I would like to ask in the meantime while you all do this. If that would be fine. Regarding the potential meaning of missing liver.
Should we split up then?
If that would be fine with you all. It shouldn't take too long, and if my lead do not lead anywhere, I'll return to you at the family's home.
Yeah, Kadoni.
It might be worth going to the college to ask about the missing liver as well. Considering their studies, they may know of medical or magical reasons as to why a liver may be missing.
I was planning to go to the college as well as another informant, perhaps, to find anyone that could deal in such activities or such knowledge. In truth, I fear something occult is at hand. I'd be curious to see if there is the inside of a witch that could be that could insight us on the usage of such an organ on ritual or the like.
A
of
witch?
magic. Call me a fool or superstitious. I've seen the Sister of Celine in my sight in every now and then, hanging about. And the first murder, the first case that we had did happen the night of the event when they performed.
Yeah, it did.
From my
It did happen
understanding,
on
they
our
have.
convention.
It did. And from my understanding, they haven't left the city yet.
Okay. Perhaps Valora would know from Bibs and Bobbles. She's pretty involved in.
Perhaps.
That
I
world.
was thinking to go see this. I don't remember her name. Out of game. The one that some of us have gone and seen for.
Madame Isabella
Isabel?
Denai.
Madame Isabel? Yeah? Is it?
She's at NPCs.
Oh, sorry.
She's
Um,
a baddie.
But she's the one who read some of our 14 or like something. Madame Isabel?
Mhm.
That's okay.
Felt
Okay,
a lot.
I thought it's been a minute.
Wait, was that the person that I got my card from?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah.
I was thinking of going to see if Madame Isabel had any knowledge on the matter, or if she knew anyone that could lead us to so. I was thinking of going to the school as well. Just make sure on any information would be insightful.
Mia, question.
Mhm.
As someone who works in older magical stuff, would I have any insight on anything that would require organs, body parts of any kind, to any spells or anything like that that would happen? I'm assuming not, but just out of curiosity. Don't
You
you
can
laugh
make
like
an
that.
Arcana check.
Okay.
Arcana or religion.
Oh.
Could I make a similar check from a Fey perspective? Of like, what is there any Fey reasons people would be losing a liver? Like,
Can I also
a-
can I also make a check to know what the MSRP is for a liver on the black market?
that's a separate question. That's a separate question. I'm trying to think like how likely is it that Alloy would eat this liver? You're thinking how much money would it be for you to buy one if it were to be available? Third, we all have questions.
Correct. We'll
Nine.
start with French. Is check.
9 for religion. I have a +0 to both of them.
You're a cleric.
You're a cleric.
You're a cleric, Dawson.
Plus 0.
Listen, I am
Dawson, you're a
swamp
cleric.
cleric. There's a difference.
Dawson,
I guess.
Wait,
I
with
guess
my
there's a
knowledge of
religion-
old magic.
I guess. Okay, listen. They're knowledgeable in like their own religion, not other religions. We'll go with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Dawson.
yeah. I don't. I live. I'm a sheltered little lizard boy. What do you want from me?
Don't make fun of them.
My
Don't
knowledge
make fun of
of old magic. I have a +0 in Arcana.
No, don't make fun of them.
No, that's fair.
Which
I
is
did
a
say that.
wisdom.
I'm
Anyway.
trying to ask this from a separate angle. And I
Well,
swear.
I get to you in a second.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
1
Really?
second.
Religion's
Oh.
intelligence, right? Yeah.
I said Arcana.
No, Arcana is also intelligence.
Arcana is intelligence.
Lovely. Anyways, so
perfect.
with your 9 for religion, you know of your practices as we just established. Yeah. There's lots and lots of rituals that require severed body parts, especially in necromancy or, trying to bring someone back to life. There's lots. Okay. Now, Alloy, you can make a
That's
history
not
check.
bad. Oh no, my question was like, can I make a survival check about this liver conundrum?
Oh, sure.
Thank you. I'm thinking from my ranger days, thinking from my liver tasks. We've got 7. We got a 22.
Liver is eaten.
Can
Like,
can I clarify? Can I clarify?
like, with many different animals. Yeah, sure. It's
'Cause-
very nutritious and full of iron.
Okay. Gotcha. Sure.
Yes. Particularly chicken liver. It's pretty widely consumed. But
Can
a
I-
liver
can
from
I
a
add-
body, that's called cannibalism.
No, I,
Can I add a little bit to Sila's check? Because I know certain magic systems, like liver, helps increase like mana. Is there something like in magical terms it might help with if you eat somebody's liver?
Similarly.
This is Cheyenne asking.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's more of a super, quote unquote, superstitious thing from an outsider's perspective with magic users, especially if you're doing rituals, especially if it's necromancy. You consuming blood of any type of body part, yes, is said to like give you a boost in the understanding of what's happening, but overall that's not like proven with any like books or anything.
Death cult. Death cult.
I
Death
well,
cult.
okay.
Death cult.
I don't want to be superstitious. That's not what I was trying to presume here. What I'm just trying to say is, it doesn't look like there's any based. Okay, we're not gonna start pointing fingers, right? If anyone starts pointing fingers, it's gonna be really annoying. I wanted to know if there was any logical run through for if there was just ritualistic magic with livers, ranger based survival stuff. I've done this kind of stuff in the past. I've been wandering a while. I love trail mix. I know what keeps your liver good. Apart from all of that, I wanted to know. I feel like there's something more here.
Well, you can grapple that internally. But like, I mean, in terms of survival, like, yes, like liver has many different properties, like logistically in magic and like nutritionally. Like the liver can be, you know, a helpful organ in many different circumstances, but like there's not really much else that I can give you in terms of like a survival check.
Okay.
But Kadani, Black Market, you can make a history with advantage since you're from Tania.
And considering nothing. Are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? Hold on. I need to take a screenshot of this. Oh my god.
That is rough.
That is, oh my god.
At least you're consistent.
Yeah. Just
With
missing
advantage.
1/6.
With advantage. I rolled
Oh,
2
wow.
sixes.
You, even though like your family sort of deals with stuff like that, maybe you were always freaked out by then, and so you didn't really ask too many questions. Miranda?
Good boy.
Okay, sorry. You didn't really ask too many questions, but you know that generally, like an internal organ can range anywhere. Like, and this depends on like age and race and whoever is buying and slash selling it. An internal organ in general can range anywhere between 50 to 2,000 gold.
Cool. I'm writing that down. From 50 to 2,000.
We're all good on the knowledge checks. Are we good to go out into the world and explore for the last hour? Okay. So, who's splitting up to do what? Kadani, you're going to Amali's next of kin, correct?
She's gonna go coordinate with crime, get the team ready for transport. Not really bring them in to the next of kin's house, more keep them on standby. She is also going to. Is Alloy going with Kadani, or is Alloy going with the team to inform the grieving person?
Wait,
I
I thought
cannot hear
Kadani
you.
was going
Lydia,
with the
you're
grieving
muted.
person.
No, Kadani's going with Amelie. To Amelie's.
Oh,
You had suggested that Kadani follow up, but
I thought that was what Kadani had wanted from last session. That's what I had noted.
Yeah, no, Kadani does want to.
Oh,
yes,
okay,
but
gotcha. I understand.
Gross.
based off of what we know, Donnie's skill set might be more suited to try to convince the Netsican, unless we want Donnie to go to the grieving and then send maybe Maeve to do the convincing.
I'm sorry. Who?
You guys have 5 minutes.
Thank you.
All right. Who has Kadani? Who is she going to go and see? You said.
Amelie's Netsuken.
Okay,
But
to get
she
the
can
body.
also,
To get the
but
body.
she-
Right. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
but she can
Okay.
also go to our other guy, our informant. I forget his name. I feel so bad.
Oh,
Oh.
the new guy.
I don't, unless we
You
wanted
can-
to
you
have
can do
like
both.
every, because I don't know if we want to split the party in half or more than that. I feel like once we do more than that, it gets kind of
Yeah,
dicey.
get foggy.
Yeah, we can do 50-50. I think that's fine.
Or not
That's
necessarily,
the
it
part
could be, like 2 separate
What-
activities at
Two
least.
but
you know?
two
Yeah,
chunkies.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 trunk.
Sounds like Matthew wants to go to the fortune teller and also wants to do some research into liver.
Yes. I think the academy will be first because I think it's the closest anyway.
Yeah.
So academy first to see if there is historically a usage of liver for like specific magic or whatever the case, or historical meaning
Oh boy.
behind them.
Do you want Donnie also to go with to see if we can get it in with Professor Levant?
I
to
know, I was
see
just
if there's
thinking about that.
something
We need
chemical?
Donnie
Do
everywhere!
we even need to? We don't need to split up. We don't need to split up. We can all just go and learn about liver because I was about to say, Alloy is not letting go of this liver thing, and Mia wants me to, and that makes me want to double down on it.
That's fair. That's fair. We can do that, absolutely. Up to everyone.
So are we keeping the party together? Is that what's happening then?
I'd be down with keeping everyone together.
Sure.
I'd be
I
down
have
with
similar
I don't know if
everything.
we're
interests.
gonna have enough
That's-
time in the day to do all of this. Is the thing.
That's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid
Yeah.
of.
We would have
I
to send a
agree.
representative to do this other task. So we would have to be risking giving up some of our public identity to get ourselves more acquainted with each other.
I do think though we do need to have the group go to Amelie's family.
The whole group?
what?
Yeah.
Well, at least some
To
people.
at least send her some representatives.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
I think maybe Donnie, Maeve, Alloy, if you, because you're wanting to do with the increase in the public image, I think would be good. In terms of that, and then maybe swing over to meet at the university. Could be. Distance and travel time is going to
Yeah.
we vary, but we can use the sending stones to see, hey, are you finished at the university? Let's
Mhm.
go and let's meet here.
And then we do an evening stroll to the fortune tellers.
We could end up at the fortune teller altogether to get the. If there is, the answer is promising in the school.
Because also,
I do think
that does seem like an interesting lead.
I-
do think playing as much as I don't like playing group, I think time-wise it's the most efficient.
My only thought process is that we're really only needing to zoom Amelie's body to confirm there is no liver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
if we
If it-
confirm
yeah.
that also gives some shadow on what is happening with Dr. Broadcast,
Yeah.
because they're stating, oh no, there was a liver, I just was mistaken, and there could be something impacting their brain or memory in that.
We could have
should run that
Drench
first,
just open
though.
her up while we're there, and then we don't have to take her back.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
Do it.
We
No.
could just have
I-
a little field autopsy.
Oh,
Whatever-
boy.
Whatever we end up doing, as long as we if we check off that liver basket first, then we can go to the thing next. I think time-wise, we'll figure out if the party needs to split if Mia feels up that it needs to. But whether that happens, I'm honestly fine with either. It's just
Okay, what we doing?
yeah.
Okay, I'll cast just to make sure, vote-wise. Who wants to split the party to do both things at once to save time?
Or actually, Mia, will we have enough time in the day to do all of this together if we stick together?
I guess, yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay.
So,
Let's just
sticking
stick
together.
Yeah.
All right.
Then-
So
You're gonna have
which
to
one?
take more time from back and forth between
Perfect.
people.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Then the main question I had was, could we please check the Kadani first so that we can make sure and confirm that livers are confusing?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. The going there would be the
Go
best
and
thing
just
right
get the
now,
body
for
back.
sure.
Yeah.
Because we
There's a
also have to
quick,
yeah, we also have to coordinate with the team here that's for the transport of the body, and get to the location of where we're going for Amelie's nuts of kin.
Yeah.
Field
Um,
autopsy.
And
Alloy
then,
writes up an itinerary to
get
officially get it done.
get Dr. Eva Drews to do the autopsy, and possibly, and I will be honest, possibly have Bo observe.
I
That'd be
was
good.
gonna ask. I was gonna say,
Drain.
would it be? Yeah, I was gonna say, would it be smart to have somebody
Yes.
that might know what
Yeah.
they're looking at?
Too far
Okay.
ahead. Too far ahead. Let's go to Amali Dojo.
All right.
We're walking and talking now. We have a plan. We're walking and talking.
Uh,
Ahead.
what would be a good way to ask this regarding convincing the next of kin to retake the body?
Wing it.
Well, I can wing it if you wish.
No. Truthful as much as we can without telling them that we've potentially fucked up. Saying that there's a new lead that might help us solve the case.
Mhm.
If they ask for more information, we tell them it's confidential, but we have the daughter's best interest at heart.
Mm-hmm. Very well.
Cool. All right. So. Sorry.
That's a question to strat- Why is this a question of strategy, not sitting here? Stupid? Oh, I'm stupid.
You guys get the address of the next of kin and travel to Northern Fettle, to the family of Mineral Fae. As you see their nice domed shape dwelling, clad in white stone and dark hay roofing. They have some chickens of their own in the back, now conducting the dogs of the chickens that were at the girl's house was probably Amali's. You approach the door and give it a knock, knock, knock. With all of you there.
Real quick. Alloy, they made the flowers, right? Cool. Yay.
I would have
Yeah,
made a
just-
little flower basket with druid craft that's got a lot of little lavender sprouts, daffodils, little thingamabobbers.
Okay. So, you see the circular door open. You see, like, a stout Fey man with, like, this light pinkish skin. You see, as the sun sort of hits his skin, it, like, sort of has a sheen of, like, a nice turquoisey blue. Underneath it, like, very much, like, sort of opalescent in a way. And he has like stark white hair, some bags under his bright turquoise blue eyes, and he's wearing just like, simple garbs. Yes, can't I help you?
Hello, sir. We came in here to do a wellness check in with you. We're Squadron Wyvern, and she gestures to the party. We are the investigators into your pause. Cheyenne speaking. What is the relation on this Nutstikin? What is the Nutstikin's name again?
Emily? Or the,
No,
no,
the
sorry,
person
the
we're
next,
speaking
yeah, sorry, my fault.
Nathan,
Nathan, and he is Uncle
father.
Father. Oh God.
It's gonna be fun.
Alright. We are the investigators that were investigating into the passing of your daughter, into her death. Do you have some time for us to speak with you?
We have to do it now.
It would be better if we could. It is of a certain pressing matter.
Of course it is. And he moves aside and lets you all in. Cosette, we have guests, he says. It's about our daughter. And as you all file past in, it's sort of dark in here. There's a fire that's going, but it's nearly out. There's some teacups on like a coffee table that's in front of some couches that's like riddled with blankets, and you see little tiny tissues of paper that's like everywhere. Excuse the mess. As he closes the door behind you all.
Nothing needed to excuse. It's hard losing a family member. I am so sorry for your loss, sir. And it's unimaginable pain. I understand.
He sort of just nods and he goes into the other room. Before he does, he goes, I'm going to get to my wife. And you guys are there in their living room for a couple moments before you hear an extra pair of footsteps, and out pops Nathan Dojal, and his wife, as you heard, is Cosette Dojal, as she has a bit like a shorter, like stark white bob, and also that sort of pinkish opalescent skin, as you see that her eyes are very puffy and red. She has a blanket over herself, just like a home blanket. She's walking with her husband as he has his arm out to steady her as she is walking towards you all. This is my wife, Cosette.
I wish that we could meet in better circumstances. We wanted to come in to bring our condolences and speak to you about the case. Aloy has brought you here some flowers for us to be able to give to you and your daughter.
I'm gonna offer them up. I'm not like floating. I'm being very like trying to be very polite and take up as little space as possible in here. And I'm just gonna offer up a little like wreath bouquet kind of arrangement with Druid craft. Is there any shot I can try and like ranger deduce what flowers they would respect the most? I don't want like I know a lot of flowers can have a lot of meanings in a lot of different ways, and I don't want to accidentally give them like a bad flag here. Um, and I want to try and like be genuine with showing that like, hey, this is supposed to represent the person who passed, not necessarily representing I'm sorry for your loss, but a
I
flower
think
to
I
represent the
understand what you're
person.
saying. So I'll say that given that you spent some time at Amali's place, um, you remember the flowers that were growing outside of their dwelling, being of, the sort of white, pale pink, and these orange flowers that were quite abundant. And, knowing that Amali and Britta Gale both had hobbies, crafty hobbies, that you deduce that that's the safest thing that you
Gotcha.
could make.
Were they perchance beside the chickens at their estate?
They were just like outside on the front lawn, but they could have, yes, traveled along
Okay.
and wrapped around the side of the house, yes.
Then, in fact, this wreath contains the little portrait of the chickens with the orange thingies that I drew. And it has the little wreath. And it's just in a little offering to them.
All the music.
Orange little flowers. And they glow. That's going to be what they do.
You see Nathan sort of sit Cosette down on the couches across from you all, And he goes over to Alloy and gets them from you gently and nods as Cosette says, "Thank you." She would have liked those very much. Is that what you're here to? The condolences?
We unfortunately come with a bit of a bitter request. And Matthew will sit down a little bit to kind of bring himself to their level.
Just
New
take a seat
lead.
nearest place.
New lead regarding the event of your daughter have been brought up. A second autopsy could aid us in confirming these lead. We would like to know, with your permission, if we could take back the Romina family to confirm these deductions.
Believe me, there is nothing more than that we want to be able to lay your daughter here for her final rest. But we want to bring closure and justice to her case. And with this new lead, it could be possible that we could do that.
Both of them, you see their faces are strewn with like confusion as they look at you all and to each other. Cosette says, "Well, so it doesn't make sense. They had told us that she was killed by Britikale. What do you mean, new lead?"
We suspect that there could be interaction from an outside source, another party that could have influenced the action taken during the night, leading to the event of your daughter. We simply would wish to confirm if these traces are true.
It is done, Nathan says.
Yes, sir. We want to make sure this doesn't happen to anybody else's son or daughter. And we want to just confirm if this new lead bears any weight towards what may have happened, the tragedy that befell Amelie.
So you want us to give her back to you? Cosette says.
It
Just
will
for
be temporary. A quick autopsy, a second look, simply to reassure ourselves that our lead are correct. We would return her as soon as possible. It would certainly not take more than a day.
A day? Nathan says. Oh, no, you all do not understand. Her funeral is tomorrow.
yes, sir.
I believe we could hasten the process as much as possible, as it is of the highest priority within the department. We have someone already waiting in a team that will arrive in the nearest moment as soon as they are summoned.
Cosette goes, what team? What are you talking about? I don't want my daughter to go. Why would she go? She's laid to rest. She is here. She is home with her parents. And Nathan puts his hand on her shoulder. Our people do not believe in digging up the dead. She is dressed. She is now recognizable. You do not understand what we had to go through when we had to identify our own daughter's body and her face. Do not want to go through that again. We want her to be laid to rest. What happened to her has happened. She was murdered. She was killed, and that is all.
We cannot nor would we want to force you to do this. And I cannot imagine what is like us asking this of you. If you are confident that you would get the closure you're looking for by burying her, then do so. But if there is any part of you that has doubts, then let us help.
Well, you were right in what you said first. You do not understand what you are asking of a father with her daughter. And what I am suspicious of is this. And he gestures to all of you. What is the point of your jobs if it's not to solve things like this? You were not there before this had happened to her. I need everyone to make a perception check.
Perception. Okay.
Perception.
I'm for sure using a D8. On that, I don't care the results so far.
Hey. Perception, you say?
Mhm.
11.
Okay.
Where's my D8? What's a D8 look shape? Okay,
21.
Oh,
Oh,
not as good.
that has helped me in a clutch a little bit. 7 plus 5 plus 8. What does it do? I can do simple math. That feels wrong. Wait, 7 plus 5. Yeah, 7 plus 5 plus 8. That's 20. Okay, 20.
Plus 2 plus 1.
Oh.
So it goes. My family did not escape Grow. To come all the way here for our kin to be continued to be overlooked and murdered. You did what you can, that's fine. But clearly there is nothing more. And with anyone who got below a 16 is noticing that this man, his voice is obviously, he's getting very angry, but it's not simply due to the loss of his daughter and what he's asking, or like what you guys are asking of him. There's clearly something else beneath this, outside of the matter at hand. But who got above a 16? You two notice that, as he's lecturing, he's sort of gesturing his fingers, and it's causing you to sort of, move your gaze away from his face. And you see that on the coat rack near the door, there is a banner. A banner with a symbol that you've seen before. Of an eye above a justice balance.
Fuck. I need a reminder out of game of what this is.
This was the symbol that the protesters were adorning.
Fuck me, dude.
So pardon me if I do not want my own daughter to be disgraced once more.
I want to say, first of all, again, I'm sorry for your loss. I want to say also, as someone that's come a long way from Grow and done a lot to get here too, and as somebody who's lost loved ones and not been able to see them put to rest, if I could change things where I'm standing now, there's big shot that I would. I lost my mother. And there's not exactly ever been closure, and I'm afraid only that that might happen with you too. You are seeking closure now, and I know you want it so badly. But it might be worth waiting just a moment longer so that we can be sure. Because I wish I could have been.
Yeah, make a persuasion check.
Goodbye. Okay.
Can I throw a bardic at that?
You sure can. Persuasion is a +1. I got it. What is your Bardix right now? Because we're
It is
rocking with a 15 so far.
it's +8.
Plus 8?
Sorry, plus D8. Plus D8. So you get a
D8.
yeah, plus a D8.
I will roll one of those now. D8. Bloop. I don't see the number. 2, 15, 16, 17.
You see Nathan turn away from you all, taking a deep breath. You see Cosette as she has begun to tear up a bit, dabbing at her eyes. Another little towelette. I think. And she, begins to weep a little bit more. The burden of this is too great. And it is best for our people, as you know, as Fae, life and death is a part of all living things. Right now, we need to grapple with her death. And that does not come in questioning. So, I think it is quite clear that we would like our daughter to just rest.
That is understandable. I'm sorry to bring this disturbance upon you.
Out of game, did you say it was a banner or a jacket that had the symbol on it?
It was a banner.
Banner. I just wanted to ask, could we possibly bring her banner to the city hall to hang?
Not our daughter's
honor-
banner.
In honor of them? No? Oh,
That is my banner,
never
Nathan
mind.
says.
I didn't. If you would, never mind.
I think we've taken up enough of your time. Apologies for our
Matthew.
intrusion.
Matthew will rise from sitting as he'll pull his shirt down a little bit. I believe we'll take our leave. Once again, as mentioned, we are deeply sorry for the inconvenience and the return of emotion that we've brought you on this day.
It was certainly
You
not
are-
our intention.
You have each of our condolences on the matter. And you'll look
Thank
at
you very
everyone.
much.
You look at everyone kind of pointing as readying themselves to leave. In the hope that you have a better rest of the day. In the day that follows.
Thank you for asking. Here, let me show you out. As she rises and heads to the door.
Mabel,
It opens it for you all.
Mabel, take her hand slowly, so if she wants to pull away, she can. If there is ever anything that you need, please do not hesitate to ask for Squadron Wyvern at City Hall, or myself by name, Maverick Denlayan.
She receives it and she gives you a weak smile and goes, I will keep that in mind. Thank you.
She'll let her go. Step back.
I travel to you all, she says as she gently closes the door behind you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will need it. And Matthew will bow a little bit as he will leave the home.
Okay. And that's that.
Mia, remind me, what district are we in right now?
You're in Northern Fettle,
Northern Fettle. Okay.
which is the dock district.
Yeah.
Okay. I will let the squadron know. Delay on the action. And with where we're at right now, did we want to speak to the fortune teller?
That should be my next lead, I believe.
I think the walk will do us good to get some breather from that. And she'll reach over and she'll pat Alloy on the shoulder. You did good.
Can we still make a memorial for her? Yeah.
I don't see
Now,
why
I
not.
didn't mean to say that we should take their items or something for evidence. I was trying to say we should maybe like show it off and stuff.
Your heart was in the right place. I believe that. And I think a memorial would be great. I think that may be a question we asked of the parents after the funeral.
All right. Thank you. And then they're going to start floating now that they're outside of the house.
I think we're already out.
Yeah, now that we're outside, they start floating.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He's not just
What was that, Drench?
sorry.
No, go ahead.
As much as it would have been
You're going
good
robot on
for
us,
us to
Dawson.
feel-
It's okay, never mind it.
Do you want to go ahead, just type what you're saying, or do you, if you want to exit Discord and come back in and see if that might work?
Maybe.
Sorry, I don't know why that one got me so bad.
That's okay, don't mind me.
Hello.
It's still a little robot-y.
But we could
but
understand.
Give it a shot.
Give it a shot, yeah.
It's okay, no worries.
Okay. So you can type what you want to say if you really
Yeah.
want to say.
Yeah, go ahead,
Ah.
type what you're gonna say.
we travel a little bit further into Fettel to Madame Zabel Adonais. Ooh, hello. You guys know your way there.
I will say, some few moments after they start walking in that direction, Kadani is going to just quietly ask, "Could we make a stop at Rory's to get something to eat for lunch?"
You're welcome to go.
And Kadani, do you see the seashell on your wrist light up a bit? Your brother reminding you that he's thinking of you. But,
She's gonna pass it to her heart as well.
lovely. So, approaching her house, her humble abode, the door opens. Come in.
Hate when she does that.
Okay, it's been a minute. But you will enter.
Maeve will hesitate, and then she'll go in.
Hello, hello. Look at all these familiar faces you hear as you enter. She's sitting on her couch with a couple of her familiars around her. There's like a toad and a cat. Excuse me, a bird as well. And she stands up and turns to all of you with a cup of tea in her hand. You see she's wearing a very nice flowy white and yellow garb. How can I help you?
We would have some questions regarding a potential case that we're working on, but we're seeking information or informant of any sort regarding the potential usage of witchcraft or witchhood, depending. If you have any, of course.
If it looks like a witch, smells like a witch, it is a witch, she says. What questions do you have for me? You're welcome to sit, lay, skip. Doesn't matter.
By any chance, are there any significance in magic or key or any meaningful indication regarding someone's liver?
The liver. Oh, well. I guess if one is hungry, one should eat a liver. For good luck. For strength.
What I said.
Exactly. Specific spells. Ooh, what to choose, what to choose. There's so many.
Perhaps one related into the mood of an individual, emotion, strong sensation, those sort of things.
Possibly increased aggression or
Outbursts.
suppression.
Ooh. Well, emotions, when it comes to witchcraft, that's usually from an ingredient that is organic from the earth, not from a living being. So that would be a spice or a gem of some sort. If you really, really want to add a kick to it, possibly the heart of a plant, but nothing that would be from a living being. Severed body parts, if that's what you're referring to, is usually for the darker arts.
Like necromancy?
Oh, yes.
And In
For
regard to these,
example, if somebody wanted to limit the speech of another individual, apologies, Sir Bleakwood, then you would acquire a tongue. Mix it in the pot, let it bubble and boil. Or perhaps an ear if you wanted the person to hear lies and deceptions instead of the truth. But a liver, that's usually to enhance the strength of the spell or potion itself, rather than affecting the actual intent, if that makes sense.
I see. Any meaning in regard to using a liver? Regarding dark art, if there is any significance.
Well, the blood of liver is very, very saturated. And so, rituals involving consuming blood, you would have to make it more powerful by obtaining the liver, maybe even mashing it up, to speak with the dead. That usually helps. Or in attempts to get a glimpse of the other side, but no one's really ever achieved that. Usually ends up in hallucination.
Do you, by chance, would know anyone that is capable of doing these dark art?
Such as very powerful witches.
Oh yes,
Or
there are
coven
many.
even?
There are many covens around the world that do this sort of thing. Me personally, in past lifetimes, yes.
What could you tell us in regard to the Sister of Selene?
I was wondering when you were going
Sublime.
to ask directly. Yes, the Sisters of Sabline, aka the Sisters of Sablina, Sisters of Sabline, depending on the language. They are a very reputable coven. They often deal in the art of magic that includes the muddling in others' lives. For sport, sometimes there's some vendetta attached to it. Although the Sisters of Sablina, their supreme leader, had been dethroned, as you could say, about a century or so ago. And so the Sisters of Sablina simply are trickster witches and like to perform nowadays. But I wouldn't put it past them if they still practiced some of their trickery on their personal means.
Question for Dawson is asking if you can check like an insight check Hans in regard to seeing the other side. When speaking regarding necromancy, speaking of with the dead, I think.
What about the insight? What do you want?
He's asking for it, is what I mean.
She
what?
mentioned. Can you hear me well or no?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you
thank you.
perfectly now.
It's just sometimes she mentioned that that it's used for seeing the other side, but nobody has done it before, and I'm just curious if that's how, at least how confident she is in that regard.
Okay. Yeah, I can roll an insight.
I have a separate thought. Weren't the Sisters of Sublime the ones that like case specific exactly like their quirk was that not only did they do really powerful curses, but they made people do them on themselves? Isn't that like their whole thing? Wasn't like at the festival, I thought that was mentioned in their lore or whatever. that like the Sisters of Sublime, they used to do rituals, but the most like interesting thing about the Sisters of Sublime is that I remember a posh accent saying something like that. And I don't know if I'm 100% remembering it right, but it was like, the Sisters of Sublime? Oh, well, the strange thing is, not only do they curse people, but they've even made them curse themselves, which seems kind of applicable to the situation of killing people you love.
Yes. Dawson, what did you get?
17 on insight.
As she's holding her teacup and she says, "As nobody's ever done it. Say this potion bottle is my teacup. Nobody's ever done it." Like she, that's what she's been told. Not necessarily what she knows.
That last part was kind of quiet. You said that's what she's been told, but that's not
Necessarily
Whether
what
she
she
believes
believes.
Okay.
So yes, that's what she tells you. About the Sisters of Sabine.
You wouldn't by chance know their whereabouts, or if they're taking visits or inquiries.
Oh yes, I know they're in the city.
Do you have any lead on where to find them?
And she closes her eyes. On the outskirts of the city. That's all I can gather, though. It's protected.
Any custom that we should be aware of when meeting witches or even a coven?
Don't. Don't. And she gives you a smile. Mr. Bleakwood, what you need to understand about witches, especially from covens who dealt in any sort of malpractice, they rarely have good intentions, even by meeting by chance strangers. Like I said, they do this for sport. And so if you need to conversate with them, you don't.
Your microphone booped out a little bit at the end there.
What did you hear?
What
did you hear?
Don't
Almost everything.
seeking them out. They do this for sport. That's kind of the last part I heard.
Yeah.
In regard to
I heard they
seeking
do
them out.
this.
Yeah.
With witches that do that for sport, if you need to conversate with them, you don't. They know that you'll be coming, and they will be prepared. So I guess that's what you need to know. Be very careful with your words around them, too.
Not looking to make any assumption, especially with witchcraft. And so if you wish to interact with them, we should simply have to wait and hope.
If you were to interact with them, just do it in a place that's not of your own.
I don't know
No,
what's
we can't
going on.
hear
It's
you.
every once in a while.
Mia, we okay.
Yeah.
Did you
I
die?
could read her lips. I could read her lips, but I
I'm
couldn't
gonna
hear it.
kill every single one of you. So
Your
The mic is
microphone.
doing the thing!
I welcome
I'll kill
it.
every
Do
single
it.
one of you.
No. Shay, no.
I don't know if
I'll kill you with kindness, Shay. Everyone else.
Oh my god, dude. Sorry if
In
Everyone
my
else
Good
gets
Lord.
a 9.
No, just making sure you guys could hear that.
It was a little
Wah, wah,
weird
wah.
at first.
Does it over?
Okay.
I'm assuming
It's better
this
to do
one.
it in a place that is not of your own, is what they mouthed.
Is not of their own, but of
Yeah.
your own, yes, but also be underneath that.
So in the street, I believe. Public
Catching
places.
a witch off guard is probably the best, yes.
Be on the lookout for it.
Do they have like a specific scent or like a specific visage or like a specific? Is there any tell that they might be nearby?
They don't have an aura, but they do have a certain look to them. She describes to you what they usually wear, and
Okay.
the others have recognized them in public due to their spotting them and the performance. So
Got you.
you guys know
Just
that.
checking.
Any other precaution we should take?
Hmm. Here, she says, and she walks over to the kitchen and grabs some twigs and unintelligible fur and some twine and starts wrapping around and around these spices and these twigs and this hair. Whoever should approach them, or even as a group, take this with you. This is a protection bag.
Yes, we finally have a hexproof bag. Matthew will take it.
Now, it will protect you against minor things, and they will not be able to peek inside of you physically and consciously.
What a delightful thing to have.
AKA, it gives you a plus 3 to wisdom checks. And saving
Ooh.
throws.
Nice.
Oh, ha, ha. Nice.
Is that permanent or is it one-time use?
Against magic.
Okay, cool.
I guess magic, yeah.
Yes, it is permanent. Yes.
Oh,
No way.
Nice.
Give me
All
that.
right.
you're...
That's a good bag.
With the amount of trouble you all find yourselves in, I think this will serve you nicely.
Probably.
Any other
Thank you very
questions?
much.
If people are leaving, Mavrin will hang back for a minute.
Alloy's gonna stay at the door, but inside, they're gonna want to see what Maverin's doing.
Could you leave, please?
Done. Donnie's gonna march her little butt outside.
Okay. They stop sketching something. Maverin clearly sees them stop sketching them, and then leave.
She will give a little bit of a bow, pocket the bag, and thank you kindly for the hospitality as always, Isabel. Have a good rest of the day.
Mr. Bleakwood,
Yes.
should you need my services again, please, I would appreciate it if we did it not in my home.
My apologies. I'll be mindful of such.
Thank you. Nothing personal, just a hunch.
I understand. take it as the last time in that case. Otherwise, I'm certain you'll have a hunch whenever I need your service. In whatever manner you do it. And you'll leave.
I apologize if I had a question, but I'll find you some other time, I'm sure.
You needn't be afraid, my friend.
I'm not afraid.
Oh, I don't mean of me.
Of what then?
Of yourself. I feel very pressing energy. One with insight and intuition like yourself, inherited from a long line of wise folk. Trust yourself more. You needn't be afraid.
You don't know what goes on in my mind.
Or do I? She gives you a little jest.
Then I think you would be afraid. Well, aside from seeing through my soul, I just had a quick question for you if you had a minute.
Yes, Alloy, if you're asking me about your tarot cards, I'll be there in a minute.
I thought I was outside.
You are. She's calling after you.
I just had a quick question about crosses. I know when I first met you with Falcon, you'd mentioned that you are one, correct?
Yes, that's what they say.
Is that what you believe?
Or do I believe in something, a higher being?
Or just that you are a crosser, or that they exist?
Oh, yes. So in the definition of what they are, then I would be defined as one, yes.
Is that something someone is born as? Or does it happen to them later?
Both. Some people, like you, are born with the innate ability to see and hear certain things that others don't. Others can develop it through skill and training, but that's less likely.
Can I stop it?
I think trying to stop it, in my experience, only really makes it worse. Oh, that's a harsh word. Makes it less palatable.
That's all. Thank you. Sorry to disturb you. We will not bother you in your home again, and I will send Alloy in. She's gonna head outside.
Yes, my dear. You're muted.
Is that me now?
Yes.
Okay, so I squaddle back in. Okay, so you got me. Sure.
Well, look at
So
you.
look at this one. And then they pull out their thing, and it's a drawing of it's an emperor card this time. It is just a depiction of the mayor standing atop like pile of you know the imagery of like the American flag being hoisted on like that pile of bodies. It's like the
Mhm.
mayor hoisting up a flag for the town, except it's on a pile of our squad supporting him up. And it's like, check this one out.
That is absolutely, positively beautiful, Alloy.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, um, out of game, the question here is: I asked you about a fee that has to do with cards.
Mhm.
I don't know how to go about this, but I'm gonna just show all of my card information that I have to them and all my sketches really quickly. I'm just gonna be like, how do I make them? How do I make them keep the magic in them?
Well, like most magic wielders, magic is you. As long as you live and as long as you believe them to have the power, they will.
So it's more like a concept thing.
Yes. With
Okay.
magic alloy, you must understand that it's not always about what's written in the books. It is quite subjective at the end of the day.
Okay. Okay. So I needed study, is what you're saying.
If you're making your own tarot deck, then no. It is of your own volition.
I'll start taking inspiration then. Here we go. We're going original. And they prop themselves up and walk out of the door.
And they, you know, Madame Zabel stands at her own doorway and addresses you all.
Wait, we're missing one. Drench.
No, that wasn't canon. That wasn't canon. No. He was not sitting in there listening to every conversation. That was not
That would've
canon.
been so
Didn't
funny.
listen to everything
Would've
asked
been.
about his. Can I
I
ask you about a
cannon.
sexy lizard vision that I have?
No.
She addresses all of you as she goes, "The glass only breaks if you allow it to."
Well, that's one way to say goodbye. I'll see you too. And I salute her.
Repeat that. The glass never what?
The glass only breaks if you allow it to.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Farewell.
once more.
As she magically closes the door. And we're gonna have to end there, y'all.
No! There has
That
to be
was-
one more thing we can do.
I didn't.
One
was-
cool
I wasn't-
cutscene. One
One
cool
more-
thing.
One
There's
more
too many things you
firefly.
put on your list to do for the day.
No!
Ooh, yeah. You know what? That's fair. We
We
asked
get to
how
go
long
to
it
the
would take in game.
university. Yeah, we get to go to university. Kadani disappears to go chat to the cat.
Yeah, so okay. Yeah, the next time you guys are gonna go to Corvale, I'm assuming you wanna go to Professor Lavange about the scientific properties of the liver? Question mark.
I don't know
Well,
how much we should lever the liver now. How livered up are we?
I have no idea at that point. I think we're kind of good on the liver.
Oh, fine.
I mean, I want to go to school. I just don't have a reason.
Yeah.
No, I feel like
It
we're
was
out of
to-
questions right now.
Yeah, it was originally to look into like, is there any more like historical stuff that we could use that is like liver is utilized for? But I think we already answered that question here at
Yeah.
Madame Isabel's.
Yeah.
And I think getting that bag too is like a really big insurance. I don't know how much more insurance we'd get from like the history side of witches. It's like, oh, this is what they did. We burned them. Ha ha ha. And I don't know how they write.
And then what was so it was that, and then what else?
We need to go see our boy. Rory.
Oh.
Yes. Rory to go get lunch. Because-
Yevrushta.
We need to see the cat. We need to see the king.
We also
Um,
need to inform the individual that gave us
Yeah.
the information and give him the bad
That's
news.
that's Yavunushta.
Yeah.
Yes. And after that, Vought.
Yeah, you have a neutral show. The fate isn't. He is green with sharp teeth. That is what I have written down. He is in East Valheim at Billy Bob Riverside. His home is located across the street from the restaurant.
I think yeah, other than wrapping up stuff, I think the biggest lead that we've got is trying to assort some kind of scan for witches. Because it seems like all the quote unquote official sources we're getting are very by the books, and we need to see something that's in between the lines. So I don't know. I'm down with trying to do a little witch hunt.
Yeah, it really sounds like everything is pointing to the Sisters of Sablina.
Mhm.
And investigating into them. Um,
Yeah, whether it's them or if they just know more about it.
You guys
I
are
don't
so
want to
funny.
talk to witches.
I'll
There's a
do
part
it.
of
What
me-
they gonna do? Trauma Matthew even more? That's impossible.
What are they gonna do? Make
I'll
us
go
curse
with it.
ourselves like they said they were gonna? No.
there's
Oh,
part of
I
me that
wanna go-
really, really wants to go check in on Wheat Treat for
I wanna go-
Yolan.
You know what I'm desperately scared of? I'm horrifically scared that that dead body somehow is gonna go missing, go through the sewer, end up at your boyfriend's house. You're gonna get implicated. Something bad's gonna happen. He's gonna be in on it, and then everyone's gonna explode.
What?
valid.
So
That's me having anxiety.
let
That
me
was
get this
just
straight.
Okay, there it is. There it is.
Let me get this straight.
no. That was not like a
So-
genuine hunch. That was a.
Oh
No,
no,
that
I'm
was
not.
you.
I'm not commenting on. I'm commenting on. Okay, so the
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah.
so,
Yeah.
so
Yes.
okay, you guys, some tissue of the liver was what the old report had said that he said he made a mistake on, and so that was translated into the liver being taken for something. Um, how did you come to that conclusion?
I don't think we did.
Because I like I remember like when you guys were in there and you had asked if there was any like purposes for the liver, and it had to pertain to emotions, but that was sort of out of game.
Yeah.
That was above the table.
Hmm.
And so my question is, you guys are now going to see a witches, and they don't really connect to the case at hand?
But
Like in terms of Britta Gale and Amalia Dojal, I'm saying.
I think
Like, they
the
don't have any
main
ties to
connection
them.
is just that they've been
That we
at
know.
multiple scenes or like
Mhm.
they've been present at interesting times, but I don't really think
they
we
might
have
know
any
more
connection.
Fey emotion. We
No,
might
no.
just like squat up with them.
We don't have any thing. At least for Matthew, it was an instinct that he have, and he wanted to confirm whether or not that was a thing, and have
I
insight
think
on it. So that was
also
just wanting to confirm or deny, in character, this belief. For him at least. And also information on the Sisters of Celine, because also Matthew's been spotting them every fucking where, and that's fucking around with him a bit. He's like,
Shay, what were
Yeah,
you
no.
gonna say?
Okay. I just like, genuinely was just
Yeah.
asking.
Oh yeah,
Because I
no,
didn't know how it correlated with them.
I think my liver interest was backwards. I wasn't thinking someone was taking the liver and doing something with it. I was thinking someone was defiling their liver to get rid of evidence. Like, oh, they gave them something to digest, therefore
That
it was
could be it.
shown in their liver, therefore they took that part of the liver. It's not taken for the reason of using it in a ritual. It's taken because it's evidence that they need to get rid of.
Yeah, that could also be it.
Could be.
And that's why it was
Um,
like, what if we look at the witches and we're like, what evidence would be found in the liver? Like, why the fuck would someone want to get rid of a liver?
Could be that.
Other than ritual, like, what could have been put in it?
What are we
witch
planning to
pot
ask
shit?
the witches,
But-
though? Like, what are we actually hoping to accomplish with them?
I have nothing to ask them. That's just at least there is an in right now if we want to kind of push for it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Matthew doesn't have like a question or anything. At least I don't.
Yes.
But it's just reassuring that now we know how to approach it if need be.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's
If
it
they
Because
say?
pop up,
the
like,
liver isn't gone.
No.
That wasn't what
wasn't
was
the-
said in
Yeah.
the report. It said that tissue from
Was yeah.
what
Yeah.
he said was the liver, but it was crossed out. May have been missing from
Yeah.
the bodies, but he had
I,
misobserved.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
I
worried.
do
yeah.
remember that the other autopsy person outright stated that the liver was what was missing. The
Yes.
Eva
Yeah.
Drews stated when we asked, well, what was it that was missing, and even what Drews went, oh, it was missing a liver.
Yes, and then it was like clarified in
And then
the
clarified
actual
with the
report that it was
okay.
tissue of the liver.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
I guess I'm just still kind of confused on like what we're hoping to do with the witches. Like, are we
Right
literally
now,
going there to
nothing.
vibe check and be like, "Hi"?
I'm confused.
I
what
don't
I don't
think
say
we're
it.
going.
I think
I
I
don't
don't
think we're
Yeah,
going
we're
to
the
see
plan.
Oh,
anything.
okay. I thought you were trying to go to them.
No.
So what's
Matthew,
our goal then for next time?
well, we
Matthew
need to
did that
go
for
see-
a handful of reasons, but
Mhm.
right now it's not on the agenda.
Okay.
we need to go speak to our Fae guy about what happened with Britigal. That's
Yeah.
something we need to do.
Yeah.
Donnie does want to see personally if missing part of your liver would have any effect on emotions. But that's the only really thing in terms of that. But I think honestly with what Sela, with what you're saying, possibly destroying evidence could also be a very strong factor
Yeah.
or something that they ate.
And yeah, we don't need to go down the rabbit hole of like how necessarily it happened with the witches and shit. But I think the important idea is that like there is a correlating factor that evidence, some kind of thing was destroyed with the liver for some reason in a bludgeoning case. Like it doesn't seem directly like yeah.
Also, metagaming, Mia said the word necromancy many, many times. So
Oh, yeah, so
Speak with Dead specifically was name dropped.
well, not
Or
Speak with Dead,
Stu-
but
There
because
were a
Speak with
couple
Dead
that-
is Speak with Dead is already achievable. What was
Yeah.
mentioned was something that hasn't. been
Yeah, something
achievable.
past that.
yeah,
Yeah,
be able to
exactly.
do-
Yeah. So they were
Um,
using Speak with Dead as like a colloquial term to make us understand some kind of ritual they were doing that was
Mhm.
bigger than what is known.
Of
Maybe.
course, now we know that Speak with Dead has a time limit, so it could be
Trying to
a
keep-
Speak with Dead for something beyond the time limit.
That
Yeah.
could be nasty.
Mhm.
That could
Oh,
be
yeah.
something that could really upset a lot of things. If you
Mhm.
get the right information from the right political figure that's dead.
Oh fuck! Oh no! Please don't tell me it's gonna be that. Fuck.
Because if there's any way
Oh.
to implicate the mayor, if there's any way to implicate Kadani's new boyfriend, maybe it's not that the Sins are trying to implicate them. Maybe it's that they already are implicated. and they're simply looking for the proof of it. Maybe there is something that's already been buried that the Sins are like, hey, if we just get this guy to admit it, we have the keys to their house, we have the map, the blueprints to their house, we have the underground access to their house, we have them implicated with this. Like, it could be a sketchy psyop.
Yeah.
Or someone
Well,
was just hungry,
That's just
you know?
Macri.
That part. Okay. All right. I think you have like a
Uh,
decent plan at least for now.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm down with
stuck.
whatever.
Until we get some further information.
Yeah.
But I personally, I'm like, the witches just keep coming up. So outside
Yeah.
of gaming, I'm thinking, yeah, there's something
yeah.
going on with the witches. I've already pulled up the role players and I have the episode 1 for the festival pulled up because I just really want to double check.
Yeah.
Did Mia throw in a line of there was a half orc woman that was throwing darts at a wall or something?
If they were there during the night and everything, right?
Yeah.
I'm. I don't know. I'm probably reading super into it, but still, that could be. I don't know. Interesting.